everybody, it's Paige, and today's video is going to be a get ready with me, but with a twist. So basically I posted over on Instagram and I asked you guys to help me pick out the products that I would be using in today's video. So this is sort of like an Instagram picks my makeup video. These were really popular a couple years ago. I never ended up filming one, but I always wanted to, so here's my chance. So I'm going to show you guys all the products that you picked out over on Instagram versus the products that you didn't pick. And yeah, if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, make sure you do that. I will have it linked down below. But anyway, if you guys are new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoy, and let's go ahead and get started. So I have screenshots of all of the Instagram polls. So starting with primer, we had the One Size Beauty primer versus the Wet n Wild primer serum. I was actually really excited to use the Wet n Wild one, but you guys ended up choosing the One Size one. This one went 56% to 44%. So this is the Secure the Blur primer. This is actually pretty nice. I was sent this in PR, which was a total surprise. I haven't ever received anything from One Size in the past, and I haven't received anything since this package, so I don't really know where it came from. But this is a really nice primer. It is more of like a pore filling blurring primer, but it actually feels pretty hydrating at the same time. It's not super like oily or slippery feeling like some pore filling primers are. So if I do go for a pore filling primer, it would definitely be something like this. It says that it is an ultra blurring pore refining primer with niacinamide that mattifies and evens out skin's texture as it grips makeup for flawless application and enhanced wear. So honestly, all the claims on this are like pretty much what I look for. I've only used it a few times, but so far the times that I have used it, I've enjoyed it. For foundation, this one was a little bit controversial. The poll was between the KVD Lock-It, no, what is this called? Good Apple foundation and the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk foundation. So I've used this once and I've never used this, so I don't know if this shade is gonna match me, but this is the one that ended up winning. This was actually a very close poll. It was 51% to 49%. There were actually a lot of ridiculously close polls. I was like, what the heck? Like, it was kind of like scary how many close ones there were. But I do have the Good Apple foundation. I haven't used it on camera yet. I tried it once and it was a complete disaster. So if you guys want to see this, let me know. If not, if this is just like nobody cares about it anymore, also let me know. I feel like that's kind of the case now because TikTok hyped it up so much, but then people on YouTube were like, no, this sucks, which, I mean, so far that's how I feel, but I haven't given it a fair shot yet. So anyway, I'm going in with the Luminous Silk foundation. This is a Perfect Glow Flawless foundation, and I have it in the shade 4.5. This is definitely very bougie. It was very expensive. I bought it on sale on the Sephora website, and the shade actually doesn't look bad. I've heard great things about this foundation. I've heard people like mix it with other foundations to make it look more natural. I've heard people like will put this on top of other foundations that they've already applied, or they'll just wear this alone, which is obviously what I'm trying out today. I would say the coverage is looking like it's more of like a light to medium coverage, which is what I expected from this product. I expect this to be like a very natural, luminous foundation that offers some coverage, but also like still looks like skin. Okay, so here is what the foundation is looking like. Up close, it looks really nice, very natural. You can still definitely see like my imperfections through it, but I don't mind it. I actually really like the way that it's looking so far. I don't know if it's worth the price because it is very expensive, but so far so good. So that was a very bougie foundation, and now we're going all the way to the other end of the spectrum, and we're going in with a very affordable foundation. This is the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer. I put this up against the Laura Mercier Flawless Fusion Ultra Longwear Concealer. I don't remember, I feel like I've probably used this, but I don't remember what my thoughts were, so I kind of wanted this one to win, but the e.l.f. Camo one won, which I love this concealer. It's one of my favorite products that e.l.f. sells. This is in the shade Light Peach. It's very brightening, so I'm only going to use a tiny bit since this is very full coverage. Also, this concealer does dry very fast. so you have to be quick with your movements, otherwise you're gonna end up with literal dots on your face. So I'm just gonna blend this out. I'm also gonna put some on the center of my face, but I find that it dries so fast that I have to like work in sections. I know that my under eyes look crazy right now, but once I set them with powder, they're not gonna look as crazy. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I am going in with a cream blush today, but I'm gonna go ahead and set my under eye area just to like get that like secured, and I'm gonna avoid my cheeks. So for powder, I put the Laura Mercier translucent powder up against the Tatcha Silk powder. So this is like a classic that everybody loves. This one I've used once, and it was the time that I tried out the KBB foundation, and it was a total disaster. So this is the Radiant Translucent Setting Powder. This one won 60 to 40, so we're gonna go in with this. This is my second time using it. I'm kind of scared because I'm scared just because of how bad my experience was last time I used it. But again, I don't know if it was the powder or the foundation or the combination of both. That was so bad. The powder has a little bit of like a yellowy tint to it, like when I'm looking at it in the packaging. So I don't know if that's going to come across on my skin once I wipe this off, but I'm just gonna kind of leave it like that for a second. I'm gonna take a small powder brush now and kind of dust off the powder. It actually looks pretty nice. I would say it does have a little bit of a yellowy tint. Like my skin looks a little yellow right here. So since a cream blush won, I'm gonna go ahead and do blush now instead of bronzer. So I put the Rare Beauty blushes up against the Love Sprung palette from Artist Couture. So this is what this palette looks like. I haven't used this yet. The blushes are so pretty. This one looks particularly beautiful in my opinion. But it's a blush trio. These two are matte. This one looks like it's shimmery. It's actually a pretty dark blush. I don't know how that's gonna look on me, but I'll just have to save this for another time. So we are gonna go in with these, and considering the eyeshadow palette, I think I'm gonna go in with the peachier one. Also, I just love peachy blush. So this is in the shade Joy. I am a little nervous. I haven't had the best of luck with Rare Beauty products, and I'm just kind of getting into cream blush. So this should be interesting. I've heard these are very pigmented. So what I'm gonna do is put some on the back of my hand, and then I'm gonna tap my sponge into that and then apply it to my face, just because I definitely don't want to go overboard with the blush. So I'm just going to tap a little bit and kind of stamp it out on my hand to get like the excess off. And then I'll start applying that to my cheek. I've heard great things about these blushes, but I don't know. Every single Rare Beauty product I try, I just don't love it. So that looks absolutely horrible. What the heck? It's like so patchy. So patchy. Oh no. Well, I'm just gonna kind of sit here and blend for a second and see if I can blend it out better, but something is not right. It's starting to look a little better, but still this is taking so much time to blend. Well, let's go ahead and do the other side. And now it's so much more pigmented on this side than the other side. Oh no. Okay, so I think this is as matchy-matchy as they're gonna get, which is not very matchy-matchy. So I feel like it looks weirder because I don't have any bronzer or anything on. So I'm gonna go ahead and set the rest of my face with powder, and then we'll move on to bronzer, and hopefully that will kind of pull our base together, because right now it's looking a little rough. Okay, I am back. The face is set. I'm not really sure how I'm feeling about the powder. I feel like it just looks very powdery on my skin. I don't know, it looks so dry. I don't think I'm a fan of the powder. But anyway, for bronzer, I have the Fenty Beauty bronzer versus the Milani bronzer, and the Milani one won 51 to 49, another extremely close poll. Like, what the heck? So we're gonna be going in with this Milani one, which this bronzer is fantastic. I love it so much. I'm gonna go in with the F12 from the Starry Nights collection, and I am hoping that this makes my face look better. By the way, this is the Baked bronzer in the shade Dulce, and it's really pretty. I bought it off of the Ulta website. I feel like my cheeks look absolutely insane. I need to bronze up this forehead. I need to move quickly. But yeah, I don't think this blush is really suiting me. I feel like it's just, maybe I brought it up too high. I don't know what it is, but something about this blush is looking very odd. This is a fantastic bronzer. I highly recommend it. It's so pretty. For brows, I put up my Kosas Brow Duo up against an interesting brow duo. We've got the Precisely My Brow Pencil from Benefit and the Lottie London Mega Brow, the Kosas Brow Duo 1. So I won't be getting to try out the Lottie London product today, but I still really want to try that at some point because it looks really interesting. So I'm gonna go in with the Brow Pop Dual Action Defining Pencil in the shade Medium Brown, and then their Clear Brow Gel, which I love this. This is their Air Brow. It's amazing. They also have a tinted version, which I haven't tried personally, but I love Clear Brow Gel, which I highly recommend this. By the way, the poll was 53% to 47%. This Clear Brow Gel is so good at keeping your brow hairs in place. And also, it doesn't have like a shiny finish or a glossy finish. It just dries down on your eyebrows. So it doesn't look like you have like hairspray or gel in your eyebrows. It just looks like your brow hairs are naturally just like trained to be in the perfect place. So yeah, I've been really enjoying this brow product. For eyeshadow, we had another close one. I put the Glam palette from Natasha Denona up against the bronze palette. The bronze palette ended up winning 56 to 44%. Here is what the bronze palette looks like. It is so pretty. I'm so excited to finally use this. I bought this during the most recent sale. I have not gotten a chance to use it yet, so now is my chance. I'm gonna go ahead and zoom you guys in so that we can work on the eyes. My skin looks so dry right now. I feel like I have to I need to spray some setting spray. This isn't the one from the video, so please ignore, but I know that I just need some of this Morphe setting spray to bring life back to my face. So while that is drying, we're gonna move on to eyeshadow. So I'm gonna go into this shade right here, which is called Beach, and I'm just gonna take this on a blending brush. By the way, this is the E23 from my collaboration with Bling Brushes, which we have a restock date for. This will be restocking June 25th. Friday, June 25th at 12 p.m. Eastern. My collection will be restocking, so mark your calendars, set your alarms, follow me and Bling Brushes on Instagram so that you guys get reminders and all of that. So yeah, I'm very excited. So I'm just gonna take this shade, which, holy crap, that's so much darker than I expected it to be. I always forget that Natasha Denona shadows, especially the matte ones, always come across so much darker, ow, on my eyelids than they do in the pan. I also didn't prime my eyelids. I just kind of wanted to, I don't know, just send it and just apply it onto whatever was already on my eyelids. So there's definitely some foundation and concealer there, so that's just gonna be my primer for today. That first shade is really pretty, very nice, very nice. Now I'm gonna go into the shade Suntan, which is this matte shade here. It's definitely a bit deeper than Beach, but it's still sort of in the same like brown family. Obviously kind of the whole palette is because it's the bronze palette, but I'm just taking that same brush and I'm kind of tapping this in my outer corner and then blending after I like apply the product where I want it to go. I'm gonna bring that a little bit towards the center of my eyelid just to really get a good base in this outer corner here. These shadows blend out so well. They do take a little bit of extra, like, you know, elbow grease, I feel like. Especially with the base that I have on, like no eyeshadow primer, just concealer. But when you apply a little bit more pressure, they do buff out really nicely, and you don't lose the pigmentation when you blend. It just kind of disperses the product around the area, but again, it doesn't like shear it out or anything. Okay, we're looking cute. I like Alright, so now I guess it's time to pick a shimmer. I'm gonna go ahead and swatch the shimmers on the back of my hand after I clean this off. And then we'll pick one. That blush was actually pretty hard to get off my hand. So anyway, this first shade here is called True Copper. Oh my god. Then we have Alloy. This one has like almost like a green like hue to it in a way. That is so pretty. True Bronze. Oh, I think this one might be my favorite. Oh, that's so pretty. That one has like a little bit of extra sparkle in it. And then this one is called Silk. This one again might be my favorite. Oh my gosh. It's kind of similar to True Bronze, but it's a little bit more cool toned. That is beautiful. Well, I think I'm gonna go in with Silk. I'm going in with Silk, which is this shade right here. I'm just going to apply this with my finger, and we are going to press this all over the lid. That is absolutely stunning. I love Natasha Denona's metallic formula. It's so good. Do you guys prefer warm toned eyeshadow on yourself or cool toned eyeshadow? I'm very curious. I personally prefer like bronzier tones like this, or like pinks, like pinky mauvey shades. Cool tone shades like taupes and grays I typically don't go for, like this kind of color palette, but I wanted to purchase this because I want to play around with colors like this because I never do. But I mean, obviously it's personal preference, but just curious, like what do you like on yourself best? Highlighter was honestly, I think, the biggest landslide vote. We have the Rimmel highlighter, which is so beautiful, you guys. Like, this is so stunning. I wanted to use this one, but this one was 31%, and then we have the Jouer highlighter here, which is 69%. I actually don't think I've used either of these on my face yet, so I was happy with either. But let me just swatch this highlighter from Rimmel for you guys. What the heck? Look at that highlighter. That is so beautiful. And then let me swatch the Jouer one. This is the Jouer highlighter in the shade Molten Gold. Oh, whoa, look at that. What the heck, that's beautiful. The Rimmel one is in the shade Stardust. I bought this at Walmart. I really want to use it, but today we will be using the Jouer. I bought this Jouer highlighter because of Laura Lee. She like talked about it in one of her makeup declutters and how much she loved it, and I was like, okay, I need to buy it. So then I did. And I haven't used it yet until now, but I have another Jouer highlighter which I have used. It's in the shade Rose Gold and it's really pretty. This is more of like a yellow highlighter, but it has a really beautiful shine to it. You can definitely intensify this product as well. So you can leave it a little bit more like subtle, like this is more subtle, or you can like pack it on and make it more intense. I'm also gonna apply some of this highlighter to my inner corner and brow bone. Holy crap. I kind of feel like I went a little bit too crazy with the highlighter, honestly. It is really pretty though. So next, what do we have? Setting spray. Let's do setting spray. Okay, this one was insane. Okay, this is like the craziest thing I've ever seen in my life. So for setting spray, we have the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist and the Tatcha Satin Skin Mist. And I put these up against each other, and it said 50-50. So I was like, all right, let me like go to the statistics and see exactly how many people voted, because sometimes it'll say 50-50, even though like it's different, but just so many people voted. So the vote count for this was 3,024 for Satin Skin Mist and 3,023 for Dewy Skin Mist. So the satin one won by literally one vote. One person out of over 6,000 people, one vote it came down to. That's insane. So I'm gonna go in with the Satin Skin Mist, set the face, and then we will finish off with mascara and lips. I gotta shake this up because it's been a while since I've used it. Mascara was another close one. We have the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk Lashes Mascara and the Lift and Define 5D Lash Extra Dimension Mascara from Makeup Revolution. This was another 50-50, but the votes were 2,962 for Charlotte Tilbury and 3,003 for Makeup Revolution, so Makeup Revolution won. And then of course the last category is lips, and this was actually the biggest landslide as far as voting goes. So the ColourPop Lippy Sticks had 29% and the Jaclyn Cosmetics liquid lipsticks had 71%. So I went ahead and looked through the shades. I picked this one, which is called Get Real. I feel like this is gonna look cute, but I don't know for sure. I kind of forgot what this one looks like. Let's go ahead and swatch it. It's definitely like a peachy color, has a little bit of warmth to it, so I figured it would kind of pair well with the bronze eyeshadow. So let's find out. I kind of think this is too orangey, like it's too peachy, so I'm gonna pick something else actually. Let's try Empowered. This one, I feel like that's too peachy too. Do I need to go with like a pinkier one? This one's Oh Hi. This is my favorite shade. This one is more like a pinky color. I feel like maybe this is gonna be the best option. All right guys, so here's the finished look. I think Oh Hi looks the best. I was thinking I should go with a warm toned lip, but I feel like it just kind of like wasn't the same warm tone, so it was kind of like clashing. So this is my favorite liquid lip from her lip line, and I feel like it looks so good with a bronzy eye. I love how this makeup look turned out overall. There were a couple of flops, I feel like. The main one being the Tatcha powder. I feel like it just looks so dry on my skin, and I don't have dry skin. I have oily skin, so the fact that my skin looks dry concerns me because I can't imagine how this would look on someone with dry skin. So I think this was a flop. The blush actually ended up looking really pretty. However, it was really hard to work with in my opinion. And I have heard that they are very pigmented and are a little bit harder to work with. But I just got the Jaclyn Cosmetics cream blushes, and those are so easy to use. They blend out so quickly and the shades are stunning. So I would highly recommend the blush sticks from Jaclyn Cosmetics over the Rare Beauty ones, just in my opinion. The colors are really pretty of the Rare Beauty, but I don't know. I feel like that's gonna deter me from using it in the future. As far as everything else goes though, I think it was a hit. I love the eyeshadow palette. A lot of the products were products that I've used in the past. Also the foundation I actually really like. I like that it's more like light to medium coverage, so it's not like cake face, but it does give you a good amount of coverage and evens out your skin tone. So I'm excited to try out the foundation with a different powder because I feel like the powder just kind of ruined my base. But other than that, I'm really happy with how everything turned out. I will have all of the products that I used today linked in the description box for you guys in case you're interested in checking anything out. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. I love you all so much. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.